I would rather spray tan my butthole than get it waxed.
Smoking pot, riding a horse. It sounds fun.
It sounds fine. It sounds scary as heck to me, but yeah, it could be fun. Saddle or not, I've never been on a horse. I only ride horses side saddle anyways. M. Night. Knock it off.
That's going to be a shit.
You stop it right now. You stop it.
You stop.
You go to your room, M. Night Shyamalan. You go to your room.
Think about what you've done.
That's a bad M. Night. That's a bad M. Night.
Hello and welcome to episode number 354 of the Next Conversation. I'm your host, Ryan, here with me in person again, Bill and Wally. What's up, fellas?
You did it.
We came specifically just to meet your new dogs. That's it.
That's not for any of this podcast or me or any other reason. Just for the new dogs.
Just for the dogs.
What are your impressions of the new dogs?
Their teeth are sharp.
Very
sharp teeth.
Yes.
They're cute.
They're cute. They're fucking pains in the asses.
They're mostly quiet so far, it seems like.
I can see them being quite a handful together, especially with two young children as well.
When all four of them are up and running?
Oh, dear
Look
Lord.
out. Look out.
Yeah.
Look out. Episode 354. We got a bunch of stuff tonight.
Are you wearing a Texas Tornado shirt?
I am.
Wow.
I am. I got for Father's Day, I got, there they are. Speaking of dogs. Fired up about Texas Tornado. Father's Day, I got a pro wrestling crate. You get 2 shirts every month and a bunch of other stuff. So now I have a Texas Tornado shirt, which I was excited about.
It's a nice shirt.
One time I got a shirt for the genius, Lanny Poffo. Not as excited about it.
It's rare, I assume.
No, it was very boring.
You could sell that on eBay for $2,000 because
you never know.
That's how eBay prices work.
Coming up.
Asking price at least $1,500.
How much is this shit going for on eBay? A big anniversary, a G1 finals preview, and a segment to be named later, and this says a review of Space Cowboys, but that's not right. It's a review of Heist
2015.
Yep.
Heist 2015.
There's a lot of people in this movie, including a bunch of people I recognize, but I don't know who they were.
Heist 2015.
Like the number 2. What was his name? Or what was his?
Oh yeah, him.
Number 2.
He did look familiar.
Number 2.
Bobby's buddy there.
Bobby's buddy?
Robert De Niro.
Oh, that guy.
Morris Chestnut? Is that him?
Yeah, that guy. He is and stuff. Anyway, let's kick it off with Bryan Danielson versus Minoro Suzuki.
I watched about 3 minutes of this. It seemed like a good 3 minutes at least.
They beat the living crap out of each other. Had a lot of slap and punch-offs. And Daniel Bryan getting to work New Japan guys is now a reality.
Nice.
So,
did he?
Bryan Danielson, I guess.
He never went over. Did he?
He did before. Japan? He did before because they said that he is 0-1 against Minoru Suzuki. So he had fought him before. Of course, Suzuki's been around for, 33 years he's been wrestling, I think they said.
Something like that.
33 years he's been a wrestler. Daniel Bryan, 22 years he's been a wrestler. So he's been around a long time, too. But they had a great match on the pre-show on YouTube for AEW Rampage, which we'll get to in a minute, the story behind that. So yeah. I liked what Bryan Danielson is doing, how he's just kind of having these kick-ass matches. Just saying, I'm a wrestler. I'm having wrestling matches. And I also like how he, in the first 4 or 5 matches he's done different finishers for each one. Oh. He's done the label lock, which, of course, is the yes lock.
Oh.
He's done the cattle mutilation, which is the one where you trap 2 arms and flip over their head.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And do they're face down and you're bridging, leaning back on their body.
Yep.
With their arms up in the air. So he's done that. He's done the running knee as a finish, which he did in this.
He did the Suzuki. I saw that.
And then he did a heel hook against Bobby Fish on the next night on AEW Dynamite.
he wrestled Bobby Fish.
He wrestled Bobby Fish in the main event and did a heel hook.
Which is Bobby Fish does. I think
Right.
He won with it, but he's
So
done it.
Bobby was doing a heel hook to Bryan Danielson, and then he reversed it into his own heel hook and then won.
Oh. So
So-
Bobby got a main event, though. Huh?
He got a main event.
Nice.
Yeah. So Bobby's a player.
I did see he beat some jabrone.
He beat Lee Moriarty, who is now signed to AEW, who's a technical dude.
Not technical enough.
Not technical enough to beat Bobby, but yeah. So we got a very fun YouTube match. Go and watch it. You can just go watch it whenever. But this is all a result of AEW and WWE main product going at war here. It seems like.
Why was it on YouTube if it was at like 9 o'clock at night? Isn't that when their show was going?
AEW starts at 10. Rampage.
Oh, really?
Right.
I didn't know that.
Wow, that's a
So-
late start.
Yeah. So originally, Tony Khan put it on at 10 so that wouldn't interfere with SmackDown. And then SmackDown decided to extend their night
Of course.
to fuck with Rampage
Of course.
by 20, 30 minutes at the end. So then he decided to fuck with SmackDown by putting this on in front of it. And he put this match on there like, all right, fine. You're going to put your shitty shit on with me. I'm going to put this on against you.
So
And
the other part then,
get people to go watch YouTube
Yeah.
over.
Right. Right.
the other part then is when this whole thing, this conspiracy or whatever with Darren Ravel and when he
Right.
says like the numbers WWE killed him,
Yeah.
their 8 to 10 did better than a 10 to 11 show. Is that the comparison?
Yes.
Isn't that
That's-
always the case?
Yeah.
You would think. Yeah. It's
Should
really
be, at
not.
least.
It's really just not worth it on either end. Like, you're going to do fine from 8 to 10. And they were on FS1, too. They got bumped off Fox because of baseball. So
Nobody likes baseball.
Oh, this is postseason baseball.
I
It's
hate baseball.
excellent.
I hate baseball.
Postseason baseball is awesome.
It is
Every pitch is
boring.
angst.
I hate baseball.
Boring.
No,
Hate it.
postseason baseball is awesome.
It's the worst.
162 is a lot of season,
Yeah.
but postseason baseball is awesome.
I hate it.
Rather watch cricket. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
watch
I
cricket,
don't know cricket, but I'd rather watch cricket.
You're mistaken
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
Postseason baseball, I might take over World Cup. So.
Oh. Get out.
Postseason baseball is only great when the Yankees are in postseason baseball.
They were.
Uh,
They were in postseason baseball.
Yeah, for one game.
yeah.
That was it.
Be better. Do better.
They didn't do better. They were terrible.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was terrible. So yeah, they're at war. AEW and WWE on Friday nights, of all things, are at war. And somehow Darren Ravel is involved in this mess because Nick Khan, president of WWE, used to be his representation at CAA,
Yeah, that's
apparently.
good.
What a mess.
Whatever.
Who cares? It's like, I know people care, but it's...
Was it Wednesday Night War back with WCW? Or what?
No,
what
that was
the-
NXT versus AEW.
Okay, what was When did they? What night was
Monday
it?
Night
Monday
Wars.
Night
Monday
Wars
Night?
was the big one.
was original Nitro-verse.
And then just like
Right.
AEW, they put themselves in a position to win, and then played themselves out, and that's what AEW is currently trying to do.
Oh my god, let's hope not. Andrade revealed his mystery
All
tag
right,
team.
Please give me a little more detail on this because I've been seeing pictures and tweets, but I'm very confused.
So I forget what they were actually called. They were leading up to this. They had teased it was going to be. What did Mike say it was going to be? El Viking.
Oh, this is the team that
Yo.
Mike thought was going to be
Yes.
Mystico and Dralistico.
Yes. This is what we thought was going to happen.
Dragon Lee and Dralistico.
Yes,
right?
Dragon.
Yeah, yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Dragon Lee and Dralistico. We thought that was the rumor, and then so there was two mystery opponents,
Because they look like clowns.
and then two dudes in tight green outfits came out, and they were called like the Super Ranas or something like that. I forget what they were called, something weird. And then CM Punk, who was on commentary, goes, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this or not, but I'm going to call this out. That's definitely Dax Harwood right there. Before they were unmasked. And then Tony Schiavone is trying to, like, sell the mystery still, and he's like, I don't really know. And CM Punk goes, come on, Tony. It's freaking Dax Harwood under there. There's only one person with that body shape. And then, of course, they try to unmask the Lucha Bros, but the Lucha Bros unmasked them. And it revealed that it was FTR. And then they used Tully Blanchard to cheat, and they won the AAA tag belts off of the Lucha Bros, who have the AEW tag belts. So.
Okay.
Very bizarre.
So they have won SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and AAA.
Yes.
They've won every major tag belt except for New Japan.
Las Super Ranas.
There you go.
Which is the Super Frogs.
Right. Super Frogs.
And they weren't
were
green.
all green. And then the part that I enjoyed. This is the little thing that WWE never does. AEW does. And I enjoy these little subtleties. They show Andrade go into the back. They show FTR celebrate and leave. And then they show MJF come up to Andrade and say, give me the envelope full of money.
Oh,
Andrade.
right, 'cause they're part of the Pinnacle or whatever?
Yeah, and Andrade's like, you want cash or check? And MJF goes, both. And then he hands him an envelope, and he's like, good.
Oh, so he like rented
Yes.
the tag team.
And he goes, that was for one night only. You comprende? One night only. And Andrade's like, okay. So,
And this is because Andrade is mad at the Lucha Bros?
yeah, because they
Okay.
didn't join his team. So,
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Enjoyed that little piece. But FTR are your AAA tag champs
Love it.
now.
I love that AAA seemingly cares not at
None of their own
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Let's have everybody lose. Tony Khan, excellent hugger. He did some story or some... He's been in the media a lot. Been talking a lot. This guy's been talking forever. And he talked shit about WWE. He had a bunch of stuff. And apparently one of the stories that was done on him showed this notepad that he was holding with the potential full gear card with the writing sticking out so you could see it.
As notebooks always are.
Yes.
Folded out so that you could see the entire card with like his notes of what he what he wants to do, right? Okay. So this is what was written down or what people could make out for full gear. Omega versus Hangman Page. That's pretty obvious.
That'd be good, I guess.
Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, which is in a second we're going to talk about. I guess we can talk about it now. The AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament, which is very obviously set up for these two to face each other.
Maybe.
Yep.
I see a way that it's not.
Okay. Inner Circle versus America Top Team, which we've been doing.
What's American Top Team?
A bunch of MMA fighters, and then Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky are part of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Probably. MJF versus Darby Allin. We've been talking about that forever. For some reason, CM Punk versus Wardlow. Britt Baker versus Question Mark. Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa.
Wait, against Trent?
Question mark? I was gonna say it too. I just couldn't remember his first name. the question mark guy.
Christian Cage versus Adam Cole. Lucha Bros versus FTR, which seems
Excellent.
pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express, which
That'd
is
be
something
fun.
that's something that's been going on for a while.
Yeah,
I feel
okay.
like they've wrestled a lot.
Yep. Cody versus Malachi or Andrade or Question Mark.
Because we got to put Cody on, but what are we going to do with him?
Yeah.
So that is what his notebook said. Do you think this was just a unfortunate error? Even though I don't think it really
If it
changes
was
very
hanging
much.
out of the notebook so you could see the entire page, then that
You
was
think
on
this
purpose.
was on purpose?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of
Yes.
what I thought.
I have a notebook right here. Look what happens when I close it. Things don't just hang out of it.
Right. It was unfolded. Like the spiral notebook was open to that page.
So these are all things that, I don't know, maybe these are real, but I feel like that's on purpose.
You think it's on purpose? He's not a dumb guy.
Right.
Maybe he left it open by accident, but these matches were already kind of set up, so
Yeah.
people are freaking out.
I was
going to
say, like, this seems...
It's really not that, it maybe spoils that tournament, which I'm sure he's not happy about that, maybe. But
It's a good card, but
yeah.
if it was on purpose, are they trying to fool people by like, hey, this is what you think it's going to be, but we're actually going to throw a
Maybe
curveball
it's like
at
a
you?
weird-
Or is it...
Like a weird Easter egg that he left for people to find.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't bother me. Looks like a good card. I don't know how CM Punk is why CM Punk is gonna fight Wardlow. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Or how Trent Beretta is gonna fight Britt Baker. That's the other question mark.
He's got to replace the attack backstage Chris Statlander.
Oh, well, there you go. So Tony Khan's notebook revealed. NXT. We don't talk about NXT 2.0 very much because it's just
Terrible.
not interesting
I
at
don't
all
know.
to me.
This story you're about to say, I don't know who this is.
So
Yeah, no.
Carmelo Hayes, I believe
Not-
that's his name.
Not related to Carmelo Anthony.
No,
'Cause
Carmelo
usually the first names, yeah.
Carmelo Hayes is a man we once saw, Bill, in action in person.
We did, huh?
In person.
Under that name?
No, he was
Okay.
named something else. He won a ladder match that we saw. He was
In-
named in Poughkeepsie, the party capital of the USA.
Oh, okay.
His name was Christian Casanova,
Oh, yes. Okay, that sounds familiar.
and he won the North American Championship.
I think Mike was saying like he was good, but there's something like for whatever reason he wasn't getting a push or something.
Well, now he's getting a push, apparently. Ay, 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 interception. Wow. That was a fumble by Zach Moss, I think, right?
No.
Did
Zach Moss didn't
throw
even
an
touch
interception?
Zach Moss threw and then fumbled it.
it. No.
Okay,
Threw it to
so
himself.
this guy.
So, yeah,
Looks
Christian
vaguely
Casanova,
familiar.
he won a ladder match we saw in Poughkeepsie, the party capital of the USA. And he won the NXT Breakout Tournament or whatever the hell. Which
Yeah.
I don't remember them having a briefcase or whatever the hell he had. But he had some kind of cash-in thing, and he was able to cash it in on Swerve Scott, who is moving up to the main roster with his whole hit row crew. So he is your new North American champ.
Yeah, at least
Gone
he looks like
from,
a real wrestler. I guess.
Like, just
It's not a good thing when a wrestling podcast doesn't know who the person is.
I mean, we know who it is, but yeah.
Did you know his name before looking at it?
When they said Carmelo Hayes has won it, I had no idea who it was.
Exactly. That's
But
not a good sign.
That's what they do. I mean, that's WWE. You rename everybody. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. People say they like NXT 2.0, but I'm not really.
I've yet to see anything.
I'm
Even
not.
Breaker doesn't really get me going the way it does the Ghost.
Braun Breaker?
Ron
yeah.
Brecker?
Brecker?
Rick Brecker.
Rick Steiner Jr.
Yes.
Rick
Steiner
Jr. Anyway, this guy's your new champ, so.
Cool. Congrats, I guess.
Okay. The G1 final has been reached.
And it's what we always knew it was going to be.
Okada versus Ibushi.
Let's go, God.
God, can he win it a third time in a row?
That would be cool, but no, it's definitely time to reestablish
Okada is
balloon playing, red hair having, sometimes long pants wearing.
Oh, we're going to
Okada.
go back to creepy weirdo
No, we're
Okada?
gonna reestablish, here's your golden champion. Back to the way it's supposed to be.
It's been a while. It's been a while since they've had
They
a...
tried to take a break and make some new stars. And then they
did not work.
messed that up because they didn't push Stone Pitbull.
Ha! They never will.
When
yeah.
is this match?
This is happening soon, if not this weekend.
This weekend.
I don't know. Mike doesn't have New Japan World anymore, so I can't steal it from him anymore.
Right.
I'm guessing it's probably going to be Okada, like you said.
Most likely, but I'm still going to root for
Last time
my
it was-
guy Bushi.
I was convinced Ibushi would never win twice in a row, and he did. So it's totally possible he could win 3 times in a row.
The final is October 21st, so it's that Thursday night.
Thursday.
So as we're waking up on Friday.
Yeah, there you go. I told you at the top of the show there was a very important anniversary we had to celebrate.
I see this.
10-year anniversary to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Happy 10-year anniversary to Goodnight HULKAMANIACS and Jabronie Marks without a life that don't know how to work. When you work, you work yourself into a shoot, Marks. Happy 10-year anniversary to that tweet. HH. It's one of the few tweets he hasn't signed.
Yeah.
Right?
He did, within the last month or so, send out another HH.
Just nothing.
Just signed it. Yeah. No other information.
I bet he's got so many drafts, like tweets in drafts, that he'll be like, "Oh, what's this?" And then he sends it. Has no idea what he's doing.
Happy 10-year anniversary to that. Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later.
Yeah. So, to wrap up a couple of things we've been talking about, I actually wanted to take a quick rundown on some recent Twitters. Starting with, as we were speaking, one Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Right.
Who, after the Super Ranas one, he tweeted out, and this is just pure evil hatred in its best form. FTR are the greatest luchadors in the history of professional wrestling. Two white guys from Carolina. He's so good at being a jerk. Then we had a video posted by one HH. This was just this week on the 16th. So the quote, the actual written part is, "It's starting to get crazy in Beach again, brother, and I love it, HH." There's a video that shows not a police vehicle, but a fire truck. And then I did watch it, he brings the camera around to show a firefighter standing there in full gear. But then he makes a statement that doesn't seem to be related to firefighters. Because he goes on about, "Hey, brother, thanks for saving my life." And the guy laughs at him. He's like, "Yeah, no problem." And then he goes, and I'm quoting now, "We had burglars everywhere. We fought them off like ninjas. We're cool. All right, man. Woo! Only in North Beach, brother." So apparently he fought a bunch of burglars that were all over the place. And then a single fire truck responded to help him. No police. Police. One fire truck.
What the hell is going on?
So I have to assume that he set off his own fire alarm or something.
What?
Burned a frozen pizza.
He mistakenly left. What was it that our friends once did in their apartment where they so drunk they went to cook? Was that like an Elio's pizza or something? And they
just cooked nothing.
They passed out and left it in there all night.
Robert used to, I think to this day, not correctly set time on his microwave. He'll just put in an hour and then watch it, and when he's done, he'll stop it, but then he'll just leave it loaded up. So on that night, it got kicked with nothing in it and went for what appeared to be hours. And melted the inside of the microwave. Ryan had to save lives by being like, "Hey guys, I think you're killing yourselves in there." And they were, "Oh, that's not good."
He gave a thumbs up. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then I have one more just to clean the palate
he
of
did it to
HH.
himself.
Our other friend, Maki Ito.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
The best.
Now, I will say, I'm quoting here, I would never say these things.
Oh, boy.
This is what she tweeted.
Well,
there's a picture of her with one finger pointed up into the air that says, in all caps, "Fuck everything that you stand for."
Everything you stand for.
Angel.
Hey, Tannehill, baby! Rushing touchdown!
Everything you stand for. Angel Star Hearts.
Angel Star.
Wow. She's the best.
She is.
She literally has the best Twitter.
She
All
does.
right. The reason you all came to this show.
Yep.
The reason you're here tonight, not just dogs. It's to settle the score here. The eBay wars. How much is this shit going for on eBay?
We've never done solid gold before.
A true battle right now. Wally, 8 wins. Bill, you have 7 wins.
I could have sworn that it was 9-8.
I think it's
7.
9-8.
Mike the Ghost has 2 wins.
Because he plays like a dirty bastard.
Yeah, cheap player. tonight.
I'm gonna do $1 over you. We at least give each other some respect.
You play with honor.
We play with honor.
You play with
It's
honor.
a gentleman's game.
It's a gentleman's game. It's a gentleman's game.
So what is this?
This thing is a
Solid gold.
a solid gold foam Undertaker urn. WWF.
Not mint condition.
Undertaker urn. A little creased up here. A little greased up here. A little greasy.
Yeah, this definitely got sat on quite a bit.
Are we ready for the description of this thing?
I feel like we got a short one coming up, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Vintage rare WWF E Undertaker foam urn. Vintage rare WWF WWE foam urn. It has creasing, but most do. Otherwise, fine. Remember, these are hollow inside and very lightweight.
That's it?
That's it.
So,
Why would you need to remind people of
That's
that?
is there a top that comes off of this, and then you
No,
can put
it's
stuff
just
in it?
one big foam deal.
But it's hollow.
But it's hollow.
I like that he says, other than the creases, his description is, it's fine.
All of them do have creases.
It's
All
gonna
right.
be something so dumb.
How much is this shit going for on
This is
eBay?
made out of gold, so if it doesn't have at least 5 figures, Wally. you're
Wally, you
mistaken.
have to go first because you have the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Still, for one more week.
Ah.
Your your winning streak was snapped, Bill, by a certain ghost.
I'm gonna say he didn't really try to talk it up, but I'm still gonna say $60.
60.
It's hard, 'cause
$60
it's
for this
clearly not
Undertaker golden
it's
foam
made out of
urn.
gold.
Golden foam urn. What do you think?
You say 60? I'm going to say 1999.
Wow.
That's probably right. That's
The
probably right.
actual retail price of asking for this item, not including shipping because it's a low number for shipping. The price is $349.99,
Get the fuck out.
I guess-
which means you, Wally, are back on
I guess
top.
I probably should have said like 75, but 349?
$349.99,
What
which
are
means
these people
you,
on?
Wally, have now
It's-
taken a 2
If
game
you get
lead.
rid of these giant creases, it's fine.
And then it's worth what? $2,000?
Yeah.
It's foam.
a
Well.
foam urn going for
It's a hollow
$349.99.
foam urn.
Well, if you want to pick this sucker up, you could do it for $30 a month for 12 months. Just sign up for PayPal credit.
Oh my god.
Take you a year to pay this off, huh?
$30 a month. Should I do? Do we need a bonus one? Should we do my my purchase of the week?
Okay. Sure.
Did you see what it was?
No.
You purchased something?
I purchased something. Hold on. Not a foam urn made of solid gold.
I mean, I
Oh
see
my
Big John
God,
Studd, the
it's
wrestling figure, but I don't think that's new.
340 something? That's ridiculous. This people are just insane.
Ooh.
Oh, a super. Oh, I did see you post this. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze Super Shredder
Super
doll.
Shredder.
Super Shredder?
Yep.
I was going to guess.
Shouts to Big Kev.
Ooh, Big
Oh,
Kev. That's
that-
nice.
Shouts to Big
That is
Kev.
nice. You
I
you,
was-
you paid for this?
I did pay for it.
Okay.
How much?
$345?
You want to add this into the, or do you want to just make this a goofball one?
Oh man, I want this.
Did you buy this on eBay?
No, I bought it at Walmart.
Look at the muscle definition.
I mean, it's Big Kev, of course. He needs that muscle.
I was hoping you were going to say a Secret of the Ooze, and it was Splinter, and
Coming
his action
to a
was coming
decision.
to a decision.
Coming to a decision,
Look at the
Splinter.
eyes. Pull it close and look at the eyes.
Yeah, look at those
They're
eyes.
like
Oh,
bugging out of its
Demon
head.
eyes. All right,
I'm gonna. You,
wanna-
you paid for it.
I paid for it.
I'm gonna say
I paid for it. Do you want it? I don't think it needs to be part of the game. but
no. I'm gonna say $49.99.
it's got different hands you can have.
For
in
a
it.
lot of different hands. $49.99. Bill.
Yeah, because that's a
At Walmart, this was $40,
Wow, you're both over.
oh okay.
$25.
That's a good guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 20.
Bill, you would win $30. $29.99.
Oh, 30th anniversary. Of course, it's $30.
$29.99. Secret of the U Super
Oh
Shredder.
shit! Yeah, it is.
There you go. All right. Is it time for the review of Heist 2015? I like that it has to be called Heist 2015 because there's so many other heists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in this movie, the heist is like the setup to the movie.
It's not really the movie at all.
I said this before we started recording, but I'm 60% sure that I've already watched this movie once. Because there was so much that I recognized. Not me. I still have about half of this left.
I still got at least 2 ounces in there.
I don't drink Guinness often.
It's the best one.
I just can't do it.
It's the best one. So we watched Heist, which was a 2015 movie starring a menagerie of stars.
A Batista.
Yeah.
It, of course, yes, top billing goes to one
Bautista.
Also, there was a gentleman named Robert De Niro, who plays the Pope.
Bobby.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan played Luke Vaughn, who is apparently a guy that's in stuff that people like.
The Walking Dead, he's Negan.
Yes, he's
Okay.
in stuff.
Then there was a couple of girls that I didn't really recognize.
The only one was the
pregnant girl, I feel like I've seen.
the fighter. She's the only one that I knew.
Oh,
Gina
Carlo.
Carano?
Yes.
Gina Carano.
Yeah, she's a cop in this.
Problematic person.
Yeah.
But of course, Morris Chestnut is a main character who I recognize, but I don't know how because even on his IMDb page, I don't know a lot of what these things are.
Oh, is that the number 2 guy?
Yes,
He was
Derek.
in
Derek,
Boys in the Hood, or
I believe, Boys in the Hood,
yeah.
which I've never seen.
Let me look this up because I've definitely seen this dude before. Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, I never saw the second one.
Boys
so-
in the Hood.
I don't think I knew there was a
Anacondas.
second one. Not Anaconda.
Not Anaconda. Anacondas. Huh. I feel like I've seen him in something before. I'll keep looking.
And then, of course, Zach Morris, who plays Detective Macaroni.
I don't think it's macaroni, is it?
Marconi. Wait, that was Zach Morris?
Yeah.
I honestly...
You didn't know.
I did
What?
not
He was
recognize
playing
him.
the same character.
Did not
except
recognize
He
him at
graduated
all.
college and became a detective. He was the same character.
Didn't
Wow.
recognize him at
He
all.
was even hitting on the cops as he was being a detective.
Morris Chestnut was in Anacondas, The Hunt for Blood Orchid. Whatever the fuck that is.
That's a made-for-TV movie? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. This guy's worked a long time, though. All the way back to 90. Freddy's Nightmares. Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
And then Boys in the Hood. Last Boy Scout.
The Last Boy Scout, that was another one that I
Oh, okay, I've heard of it.
remember.
Last Boy Scout. Anyway. Good old Heist 2015.
Yeah, so this was budgeted for $15 million, pretty cheap by 2015 standards.
Mm-hmm.
Any guess on the box office?
450,000.
It's not that bad.
6 million.
4.1 million.
Wow.
Lost a good deal of money.
I'm going to say that I won that because I did not go over.
Yeah, that's true.
So we start off.
Very true.
We jump in right into the action.
Mhm.
Well, first we see a pregnant woman sitting at a bus stop in the middle of the night. She gets on the bus and she gets made fun of because she's taking forever to get on it. And then as soon as she sits down and they go to leave, a bunch of dudes in masks show up and hijack the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen a movie about that before.
Yeah. We then cut to a week before, and we see our large fellow, Derek, interrogating a couple people. He's got him tied to a chair, beating a guy up, brings in his girlfriend or a girl that he's with.
Mr. Morris Chestnut beating them up.
Yep. And he puts a cigarette out on the guy. It's not very nice.
I know. So mean.
And right when he's about to get real dirty, all of a sudden, Ryan's new favorite version of Robert De Niro.
Oh my god.
Vape smoking Robert comes in.
Oh.
Not only doing it, but talking about smoking vapes.
Yep.
He came in and he fired that vape up, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate this. This is a vape. And then he's like, it's part of his character.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
You can go back to it all throughout the movie.
So much, and I'm like, why, Bobby? Why?
Hey, it's a big part of even the end scene.
It's part of yeah.
But he basically comes in and says, like, you don't have to be so rude. Like, I apologize for how aggressive he's being. And then instead he just basically threatens their lives and says, I'm going to kill both of you if somebody doesn't give me the answers.
Let's just make this simple. I'm just going to kill you guys, and you tell me, and then I'm going to kill you anyway. Like, we don't have to fight about this.
So the guy gives up the girl, and he basically says, like, this isn't about the money. It's only 10 grand or some small sum like that. It's like, I don't even care about the money. It's the principle. If I allow you to get away with this, it sends a bad signal, and I'll get taken advantage of. So he gets the answer he's looking for. They find out like who else to talk to about getting the money back, and then kill these guys. And I think it's just to show like they'll kill over what apparently is a nothing sum of $10,000. And he says like I have to go. I'm late for a party, for my own surprise party. We go to a casino that we find out he is the owner, an operator of. And he's retiring. So they throw him a big party, and everyone wants to see him, and everybody loves him, blah, 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 blah. We see a old, tired-looking guy with the beard, Vaughn, and he's trying to talk to him. He's like, I need to talk to Mr. Pope, but Derek won't let him, says not tonight. And then he goes to leave, and he doesn't go home. He goes to the hospital where we find out his kid is very sick, and she's... needs like a lot of I think surgery and then also other stuff, but basically he can't afford it.
Yeah, surgery and treatments.
And
She's
the
got
doctor
cancer.
basically just says like, well, you guys gotta go, bye.
Yeah.
We're kicking you out.
So he says to the doctor like, I will have the money for you at the end of the week. So then we go back and he's to the casino and he's trying to figure out a way to talk to Pope. And he's outside, and one David Bautista, who does have hair in this movie,
Yeah, nice hair.
comes out to say, like, you want a cigarette? And they have a conversation about how he can't even afford cigarettes.
Yeah. You want a cigarette? No. I can't afford them.
And he basically says, like, you've been here forever, right? And he's like, I've only been here a couple months, but I've noticed some things. I noticed that every Thursday, one Chinese gentleman comes in and just dumps a bunch of money, making bad bets, just loses the house. The next night, another Chinese guy comes in and just makes a bunch of money, like wins roulette every week.
Yeah. Which how do you rig roulette?
You can do it with like the wheel and stuff, I think.
Yes.
Magnets?
Magnets, I guess. Yeah.
Magnets. How do they work?
How do magnets work?
Best line in any wrestling ever. So he basically says like, yeah, all that stuff's crazy. So Vaughn's like, why don't you just say what you want to say to me? So he basically says, like, I want you to help me rob this place. Vaughn's like, that's a suicide mission.
That's a bad
dummy.
idea.
You can't steal from Pope, basically. So then Vaughn finally goes in to have his meeting, and we find out he's got like a long-standing relationship with Pope. He's been there for a while. They know each other. And he says, like, I need money. And Pope says, like, nah, rules of business. Like, I can't just give you anything.
Yep.
It's like, no, I'll pay you back. He's like, I signed your checks. Like, what do you mean you're going to pay me back?
I know you make shit.
And then Derek escorts him out, and he basically says to him, like, he used to be you. Or,
Yeah. He would have been you.
Would have been you.
if
And
stayed
he
with
wanted
you.
out because
Stayed.
of his family. So they basically escort him out, beat him up, and send him back and fire him too. And he says, like, yeah, he would have been you, but he like got involved, and so now he's nothing. So basically, he goes back to Bautista and says, like, all right, screw it, I'm in.
Why not? Let's rob this fucker.
I think that's an ACL.
Who is this guy?
The punt returner.
Cameron
kick returner.
Batson?
He ran into a guy.
He pulled up before he ran into the guy. You saw.
Do we know what happened to the other guy? Why did he get carted off?
He headbutted somebody. He
So
did
he
it.
was
He did
extra
it.
concussed,
He did it
maybe?
himself.
Oh.
He jumped in
Yeah.
to a
Oh,
pile
that's not
head
good.
first.
That's an ACL or MCL.
Oh my god.
So they decide, all right, if you're in, we're gonna like make a plan to how to rob the place. So they go to a diner because it's where you do these things.
They plan a robbery in broad daylight in a fucking diner in front of a million people, including the waitress who comes over interrupting them, trying to take dirty plates away. And they're like, get out of here. We're trying to plan a robbery right now.
Yeah.
Please get away.
I do like Batista's plan, though. His just go in and hold everybody up and take the money and go. Simple's best. It's like,
is he the
no.
dumbest
That is
robber of all time?
So bad.
He's not a smart one.
The dumbest
No, he's not
robber
because
ever?
his two goons are dumber than he is.
Oh yeah.
They're just following orders.
Yeah, and they're following orders from him, which makes them dumber than him. Yeah. Well, you spend some time in a diner.
Mm-hmm.
Could you could you plan a robbery and no one would care?
With other people,
Yeah.
no, someone would notice.
Okay.
Someone would easily notice. If I was to do it by myself, yeah, I could probably get away with that.
Okay.
It would have to be like in a notebook. It couldn't be
with
using
the salt shaker.
using
and
the
everything.
sugar.
Yeah.
No, use the sugar instead of the
This guy
salt.
planning a robbery over there? Or is it just weird?
Yeah. So they
One or the other.
That waitress was a bit like, oh, these fucking assholes. I gotta clean that up after they leave.
There's salt all over this table.
Yeah.
So we jump right into the heist. We're like 25 minutes in the movie and we're into the heist already. Like
So
like
weird.
any heist movie.
That they do, like,
Explain it
Like,
and do it at the same
they
time.
explain it and do it at the same time, and it literally lasts, like, maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is how we did it. We went in here, and we broke into this room, and we took it, and then we were on the run, and then we were on the bus. That's
I mean,
the heist.
The plan that Vaughn comes up with is a pretty good plan.
He basically he's the one with the codes.
Yep.
So he says like at 3:25 this guy's going to take a break.
Yep.
That's when we get in and we get out basically.
He didn't want anybody to get hurt because they're all
He's-
his friends.
He's actually a nice guy, and he doesn't
Yeah.
really want to.
They're all his friends. He just wants 300 grand. He doesn't even care about the
They're trying to steal like 4 million or something.
he doesn't even care about the 4 million. He wants 300 grand. And he doesn't want anybody to get hurt. He's like, this guy will be gone. I'll just go in and get it, and then we'll walk out.
Yeah.
And Batista's like, no, we'll shoot everybody.
We gotta bring guns.
Yeah, he doesn't even want guns.
But so obviously things go awry. And they get into a shootout. And they run away with some goons and with Derek chasing them. And right away, how did he know that this getaway driver was going to chicken out and leave them stranded? Because when he talks about the magic trick and like he had this whole thing planned out.
Because he said that they were gonna you guys do whatever. As soon as we're out, we're going separate.
Yeah.
He wasn't even gonna get in the car. I don't think.
I see.
He wanted out from the beginning.
But the whole plan involves the bus, though.
Yeah. So his plan was probably
He was just going to get on the bus?
He was just gonna run to the bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the getaway driver leaves them stranded. I think he ends up getting found and killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing some heroin.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
He-
they find
he-
him in a drug den.
Yeah, he gets shot.
So Derek chases them to like the street. They hijack a bus, and then there's a cop right there. So Derek has to like back off and just let him go.
Yep.
Cop ends up pursuing the bus because she can tell something's going on. Then they fire a shot, and she's like, "Oh, this is really bad."
Yeah. Which was Batista like, oh, let me just shoot at a cop. Fucking moron.
Yep. Yeah, and one has to be like, maybe killing a cop's not the best way to get out of this.
Yeah.
Probably a pretty bad idea.
So basically, they now are in like high speed pursuit, as high speed as a bus,
can
not in the
go.
movie speed is. Set up roadblocks, and he basically gets somehow Vaughn gets the cop on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and
Which is he uses somebody's lipstick
Right, to
and
write
writes
a
down
number,
yeah.
For as dumb as this movie starts out, and for it being,
He's a very smart character.
what is it, like 25% on Rotten Tomatoes or something?
Yeah, it's bad.
It's not actually that bad of a movie.
no, it's not a good movie, but it's not that bad. A
great,
movie.
but it's not even close to one of the worst we've
No,
watched.
definitely
No.
not. So the cops pursuing him, and he basically says like, "Hey, you got to clear these roadblocks," because Batista's decided like, "I'm improvising. We got to get on the highway."
Yeah.
So he's like, listen, you got to clear this roadblock. And she's like, they won't do it, obviously. The cop's like, no. And he says, like, he's going to kill more people. There's a pregnant woman and a kid on this bus. You got to, like, get... So the cop pulls ahead of the bus and drives her own car into the other cop cars to clear a hole, which she gets fired for, if you can believe it. This is frowned upon. But so they are escaped, and now they're in, like, slow speed pursuit, just driving down the highway.
And the cops are, like, escorting them, basically.
Yeah. And they're obviously at this point on TV and stuff, and they're headed to Texas. Pope is very mad when he gets woken up at 5. Well, he's already awake, but at 5 in the morning when he gets a phone call that his money's been stolen.
He's been having sex and talking about e-cigarettes.
Talking about how, like, the next generation of kids won't even know what cigarettes are. They'll just be a weird thing in old movies.
And she's like, what did she say?
She says, like, I've never smoked a cigarette. I just smoke vapes.
Yeah, I just vape. Bro. I just vape, Bobby D, bro. Oh, boy.
So, but Derek, of course, says, like, I'm going to get your money back. It'll be in the vault tonight. He's like, all right, I guess I believe you. In comes one Zachary Morris.
Zach Morris.
As the cop, I should probably know her name, but I can never remember it. Officer
Bauhaus.
Chris Bauhaus. Is getting, like, ripped apart by her captain. He comes in and is like, I'm taking over. She's back in. You're out. And then basically says, like, you're reinstated, and says, like, they've requested you specifically. Like, the robbers have asked for you. So they make a plan where they're going to run out of gas. So they say, like, if you come refill our tank, we'll release 2 hostages. Batista wants to get rid of, like, the 2 old people that are, like, the least valuable because they're old.
Yep.
And Vaughn says, like, no, you got to release the pregnant kid, the kid and the pregnant woman. Like, that'll show we're, like, reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, you got to get rid of these 2. And he talks him into it. Meanwhile, Zach Morris is like, let's, like, shoot these guys. Get snipers ready. Which there's several chances for them to do it.
They don't shoot.
Yeah.
What's his face?
And then they don't.
The reason was too close to the civilians. Then he's
Too close to the gas tank.
Yeah. Which could ignite. And then he's got a chance to shoot him, and Zach Morris calls it off.
Yeah.
Macaroni calls it off.
Detective Macaroni calls it off. But they do refill the bus, and they get the 2. The pregnant woman is off the bus. The kid, we find out, is just run away from home, basically.
Yeah.
So they're good. And yeah, they have a chance at the very end to take a shot, and they don't. We go and see that Pope has now tracked down. He's been trying to call someone the whole movie, and he tracks down his daughter, even though the whole movie is talking about, like, you can't have relationships and this and that. And he finds his daughter, of course, volunteering her time at, like, a shelter. Mm-hmm. And
he tries to give her the inheritance.
Yeah, he
right?
gives her. He's like, here's 51% of the casino. You don't got to do anything. It's just yours. And she basically says, like, no, I don't want it. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. You're not a good person. This is why I don't answer your phone calls. And he's like, well, what can I do to fix it? And she basically says, like, burn it down. Burn the casino down. That's how you can make this better. Obviously, he doesn't want to do that.
Man, come on.
We then see the pregnant woman being interviewed by the police officer.
Mm-hmm.
And as it would happen in real life, she gives a statement like, okay, that's all we needed. You can just go home.
Yep.
Thanks for nothing. She's like, I got to get out of here. Like, okay, that's not suspicious.
Oh, you're busy? Ah,
yeah.
no problem. Get out of here.
So now we get back on the bus, and they're freaking out because the third Dom, I think his name is, the third robber. Dante, thank you. Is dying. He, like, got shot, and he's bleeding out. And they have a vet tech, like a vet student,
Right.
taking care of him, but things aren't looking good because she's basically just putting pressure on his bullet hole.
Yeah. She doesn't know what to do because she's a vet student.
Yeah. So they get on the phone with Zach Morris, and they say, like, we need medical supplies. In exchange, we'll give you... I don't think they'll give him anything. He basically says, like, I'll deliver you stuff, but I have to do it. Like, I got to do it. I want to come talk to you. So he's like, all right, whatever. They said, we're not stopping the bus.
No problem. I'll get it right on.
So Zach Morris gets on the bus, pulls out a phone, and throws it to Vaughn. And is like, I got a phone call for you.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
And, of course,
Problem.
it's Pope on the other line.
Problem.
And so now we see Zach Morris is actually in Pope's pocket as well.
Yeah.
Evil.
Which, going back earlier in the movie, Zach Morris calls Vaughn by his first name. I'm like, he doesn't know his name yet.
Yeah.
And then, a scene later, Gina Carano calls him and says, yeah, his name's Vaughn. And then once I saw this scene, I'm like, oh, all of that makes sense now. That's why he knew the name
At
beforehand.
that point, she says, like, he works at a casino. I'm going to go check it out.
He
And
says,
he's
don't
like,
bother.
no, I'll send somebody else. You just go home.
Yeah.
Don't
And then she,
bother.
like, doesn't give him the rest of the info because she's like, oh, that's weird.
He also, before he does the phone thing, he throws the medical bag to the vet, right? And he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Here, this is pain
Here.
medication.
Oh, right.
and she's like, what's this needle for? He's like, it's pain medication. Just give it to him.
Yeah.
No, turns out it's not pain medication. It's some kind of death shot.
Death shot.
Because the dude dies instantly.
Yeah.
He dies instantly.
I'm curious as what they gave
Yeah,
him.
what
They
did-
overdosed him on something.
they
Fentanyl
never-
or something.
Yeah, something like that. They never explain. And he just goes down.
And Batista wants to kill him. Again, Vaughn, like, talks him out of it. But also, he talks to Pope, and Pope's like, just kill Cox, which I think is Batista's name, right?
Yes, yes.
Just kill him, and then you'll get arrested, but I'll make sure you don't get arrested.
And you can
You'll have
disappear.
enough money, and you can disappear with your kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know that you're lying to
You're
me.
just gonna kill
You
me,
Don't
aren't
make.
you?"
He's like, I'll make an exception for an old friend. He's like, but you don't do that. This is a sucker's deal, or sucker's bet. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, well, you're going to die, basically. So once Zach Morris gets thrown off the bus, he gets put into a beaver costume and tossed off the bus.
Nice.
Which
Uh,
I don't
Totally
why?
didn't even know that guy was in a beaver costume. But
like.
yeah.
Why did
for
they-
this scene.
So yeah, just to be
to put
interesting.
it in? Okay.
Yeah. To
I
make it weird.
assume to be like, oh, a hostage. We have to stop and rescue this guy, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the
Okay.
hostages was wearing a beaver costume, right?
That makes sense then. Yeah.
Which they don't show for the first hour.
Yeah.
They don't show this guy, and then later,
He's
like
odd, but he's just in the background. yeah.
right before it happens, he's like, "I'm just here in a beaver costume."
Oh, when was the guy who tried to be a hero? That was early
Oh,
on,
the
wasn't
knife
it?
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a guy on the bus who pulls a knife, and Vaughn basically takes it from him.
Yeah.
Says, like,
Without Cox noticing,
Yeah.
which is impressive.
go sit down or I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Go sit down or he'll kill you.
yeah. So
He's on the phone with the dude in Texas trying to get the plane ready,
Right.
so they can take off.
Yeah. So they're on their way. At this point, when Zach Morris gets thrown on the bus and realizes that Vaughn has rejected whatever the plan was, he basically like calls in SWAT team and says like, kill them all.
Yep.
So they attack the bus. Somehow they get fought off, but the bus is caused to crash. So while they're there and they're being surrounded by the police, Vaughn like blacks out all the windows. It says like, we got to do something. I don't know, what are we gonna do?
Well, he's a
former soldier.
He's a former military something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Special ops or
He-
something.
I don't even know if they go that deep. They just say
So
it's like, yeah, military.
he has all these tactics because he was in some kind of war zone.
Yeah,
of some
because
kind.
the SWAT team they put gas in the bus as it's driving, and he's smart enough to shoot out the back window and then the front window, so it forms
to draw the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the smartest guy in
Yeah.
movie history.
Yeah.
Just so good at everything.
So we then get a phone call from the cop who says like, hey, I'm here with your family. Your daughter is going to be okay somehow.
Yeah, Gina.
And then meanwhile, we get like on the air, they call into, Batista calls like a news station. And
Right,
says like, I'm going to
right.
kill
Call the
someone
news!
if you don't like help us out here.
Yeah.
And it gets real intense, and you hear a gunshot, and you see blood all over the window, and the news guy's like, I
Yeah,
they
don't
cut it
away
know
real
what
quick.
to say.
Oops.
And then, so he gets on the phone with Zach Morris, Vaughn does, and he's like, Zach Morris is like, well, you're dead now. Like, you killed a cop you killed somebody on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he killed the hostage.
He's like, you have no idea what's going on in here. He's like, no, like, watched you do it. But then we see the bus driver who was the hostage is actually fine. Vaughn had killed Batista to stop him from killing the hostage.
Oh, Batista's dead.
So Batista's dead, and now Vaughn's on there, and he basically says, like, what am I? He has like a freak out moment, like, I need to get off of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then now everyone's on his side somehow, even though he's still one of the hostage takers.
Yeah.
He's been so nice to everybody that they're on his
The
side.
bus driver's like, I have an idea. So basically, he calls back to Zach Morris and says, like, all right, it's all over. He said, I will let everyone off the bus except for one hostage.
Mm-hmm.
If you fix this tire that's broken, me and the hostage will drive to wherever I'm going with no one following me. Then I'll let him go, and then it's over with.
And if you follow us, I'll kill the one hostage.
Yeah.
So.
And Zach Morris is like, all right, fine, whatever. And obviously, we're going to follow you. He didn't say that, but like. So they go to let all the hostages off. They get swarmed, whatever. And we find out that he has snuck off with the other.
With the hostages.
With the hostages.
Yeah.
And I love how he just walks off.
Yeah.
Gets into a cop car.
Not only gets into a car, but a cop car and leaves.
And drives away in a cop car.
And nobody cares or thinks anything of this.
Yeah, nobody
And
notices at all.
There's
somehow.
no chance in hell the police are letting any hostages walk out without interviewing them
Yeah.
or talking to them or holding them until
or thinking maybe they're going to try to do this.
everything is completely solved. There's no way they're letting anyone walk off.
But he appears to just
And
be a
there's
police
so-
officer walking off somehow.
There's so many cops and he gets in a cop car. Come on.
Where does he go?
He now also
Goes-
knows how to get to this airfield.
Goes to the
Oh,
Galveston, Texas airfield.
He gets there, but we find out that the guy that Batista's been talking to is also dead.
So,
Because
all right,
Just Derek's there.
this dude,
Derek.
smart Jeffrey Dean Morgan or whatever his name is, smartest fucking guy ever in a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows Zach Morris is evil.
Yep.
He's got to be smarter than to go to the damn airfield, the same damn airfield
Yeah.
that Batista's going to. Come on.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you just take
go
the cop car and drive back home?
anywhere else than the exact spot where Batista's supposed to be. You don't think anybody's tracked that down?
Yeah.
Come on.
So he gets caught by Derek, and they basically go and have a meeting with the three of them, with Pope and Vaughn and him.
I'm the boss.
And Vaughn's like, "Where's my money?" And they take his bag, and they find it's just stuffed animals. There's no actual money.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, I got you guys." And then we go back and we see that the pregnant woman was never actually pregnant.
Right.
She was in on it the whole time, so she was planted on this bus.
It's his sister,
Yeah.
and she's currently paying for the cancer treatment or whatever his
Yeah.
daughter's getting.
Yeah.
So she
in
left
front
with the
of
money.
in front of Gina Carano, who
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Gina sees this woman walk in, pay for it, and decides, like, that's fine. Nothing to see here.
I'm assuming because she knows, if I'm giving this movie the benefit of the doubt, I'm assuming she figured out that Zach Morris is he's
a bad
evil,
guy.
Yeah.
and that's this money is evil money, so it doesn't really make a difference to her to
I
stop
guess.
this person. But that's assuming an awful lot.
It is. So then they get in a big argument when they find out he doesn't have the money, and he basically says, like, you do whatever you want with me, like, I had to save my daughter. And so Derek's like, I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your daughter.
Kill you,
I'm
and
going to kill your whole
daughter.
family.
Yep.
Set an example. I mean, right when he's about to literally light Vaughn on fire because he's covered in gasoline,
Bobby.
Pope shoots him.
Yep.
Bobby shoots his number two. And then he goes on this, they have a little old man talk, and he's like, you know, like, I have regrets and blah, blah, blah. And, like, I can't save myself, but I can stop it from happening again. So he doesn't try to talk his trusted number two out of anything. He just kills him.
him.
Yep.
And then allows Vaughn to just leave, I guess.
Then he
Allows Vaughn to leave, and he waits there for cops to show up.
Yeah.
no, he kills himself, right?
He
Probably.
definitely, I was going to ask.
He kills
He
himself,
lights that
right?
cigarette up so that he can throw it in the gas and blow up that whole thing.
Yeah,
that
he
makes
lights
sense,
he
yeah.
lights a real cigarette so that he can blow himself up, right?
Because he's sitting in gasoline, basically. And, yeah, you hear the cops pull
And
up
he
to the bus.
pulls out a real cigarette and looks at it and is like, yeah, all right. If you're going to off yourself, you might as well just
Shoot
Don't,
yourself.
Just don't burn yourself alive.
Good Lord,
my
no.
I don't know if the plan
God.
is to take out as many of these cops as he can with him, or what.
I don't think so. I think he's just gonna burn himself alive. This is like punishment of like, because she said burn it all, and AKA me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn it all, just like she said. I think that's exactly what happened. But it's like, dude, at least don't burn yourself alive. My God, what the hell?
Like light the flame and then shoot yourself. That way it
Yeah,
drops.
right.
If you want to be symbolic or something.
Yeah, my God, don't burn yourself alive. Jesus Christ.
52-yarder. That's another 5 points.
Oh.
So he's up to 12 right now. I
Only
believe.
At least.
5 more 50-yarders, and he'll be there.
You're gonna lose to a kicker.
I know I
running
am.
you down.
Wow.
I know I am.
Yeah,
So it wasn't
that's Heist
a-
2015.
It was
It's
a
kind of
terrible
interesting.
It was
movie.
a good movie. I wasn't. I felt like I had seen it before,
Didn't hate it.
and I still
Hate
I
Bobby
still kind of
D.
enjoyed
E-cigarette.
Now that's his best character ever, I would argue.
No. God damn it.
I'm up by 25 plus right now.
My God.
Not looking good.
How's our matchup?
It's the same.
see it?
Nothing's changed.
Let's see.
Nobody's
You
done it.
hold a less than 10-point lead right now.
Congratulations on your victory, Wally.
Oh.
All right, time for a top 5.
Oh yes.
Tannell's up to 7.25 points.
6 of which was a rushing touchdown, so he's
71 yards and a pick.
not great. Top 5.
Top 5. So I watched Squid Game this weekend, and I'm gonna go with the top 5 Squid Game games. Number 5. It's called Dalgona Candy. So basically, what they did was you line up behind 4 doors. There's 4 doors. You line up in front of one of them. Then you're given. They each have a different shape on it. You're given a candy with that shape, and you're given 10 minutes to etch out the shape from the piece of candy. Without breaking it at all. So it's got to be a perfect shape. So there's a circle, circle, triangle, star, and an umbrella shape. So that was a very good episode. Number 4, one of the games is apparently the midnight fight. Basically, everybody just fights in the dark at night once they figure out that they can still, get money that way by killing people outside the games. Number 3 is marbles. There's a bunch of different types of marbles that they play, which I never knew how to play marbles. So
I played like one version of it when I was a kid, but I don't even remember.
Number 2 is Squid Game, is the actual Squid Game. I'm not even going to try to explain that because it took me 2 times watching them play the game to understand how the rules work. And then the number 1 is Red Light, Green Light. That seems like the easiest and most fun game, even though you could easily die.
Death, red light, green light.
So-
you could die in the middle of that game.
Has this already happened, or if not, when will we have our first gym or whatever that opens up specifically to play these games for adults? Like a non-lethal version of these games.
Soon.
Yeah, probably soon.
Has
It's
it
gonna
already
burn
happened?
Fast and
It's going to be like a drinking competition.
That I'm sure already is,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's got to be.
Is there... When did this come out?
Like 2-3 weeks ago.
So this past weekend, colleges across the country played
Probably
Squid
played-
Games.
Probably played some
Yeah.
version. Yep.
Absolutely.
The other games were, it's called the Glass Stepping Stones and Tug of War. But Tug of War, I hate Tug of War, so can't put that on the list.
Is it a legit tug of war?
Yeah, it's a Tug of War.
But into shark-infested waters?
No,
With
just
laser
a
beams on their heads?
Just I want frickin' sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads.
All right, quick hitters.
Quick
Buddy Murphy to New Japan.
Is that confirmed?
Yes,
He's a good wrestler.
in America. at least.
The
And he's
Cruiserweight Classic guy?
he's also
Yeah.
Australian, right?
Yes, he
So
is.
that's going closer to home.
But he's doing it in America, not in Japan.
Oh, okay.
He's not in Japan right now. The AEW title tournament, we talked about this a little bit, but Bill, you said you had a take on not Moxley versus
Yes.
Danielson. What is it?
So he fought Omega once, but they went to
Non-title draw.
When is this title shot? Do we know when this tournament?
The tournament ends at Full Gear, and I assume it's a Double or Nothing title shot or a.
Final will take place at Full Gear Saturday, November 13th.
But do we know when the title shot is for?
I assume Double or Nothing, or maybe our Evolution.
Because if it is for a shot at a pay-per-view, then yes, Danielson be probably beating Moxley for his shot at the title.
Okay.
If it's not, and if it's like setting up a go home or like a big match on
just a Dynamite,
then I think Danielson loses to Kingston
wow.
with
Chicanery.
with chicanery, so that he can still get his title shot. But then you get to see Kingston versus Moxley as friends.
Okay.
And then this way there's a new challenger for Omega, but that obviously he can still beat.
Okay. Interesting.
I think that's the only way it's not Danielson versus Moxley.
You're wrong. It's Moxley over Orange Cassidy,
Yeah.
Danielson over Lance Archer, and then Moxley over Danielson.
Wow.
That's what I picked.
It's not Moxley. He already got his chance.
Don't care.
Danielson.
Did I pick Moxley?
I don't know. Did you?
I'll look it up in the
GCW, everybody's favorite promotion, third favorite promotion of all time. They have a new promotion of their own, a West Coast version called LA Fights.
Interesting.
LA Fights. Would you go out to an LA Fights show if you were on the West Coast?
I have to assume that Joe Ryan is their champion.
No, please don't ever
I feel like
mention
that's
him.
who they
Name
would-
redacted.
They would name redact him as champion, I feel like.
Oh my God. Ouch. Derrick Henry just mauled that person. LA Fights. Hopefully that'll be the fourth best promotion in America now.
There's got to be better things to do in LA than this, right?
I would hope so.
You know what I would love to do? In LA they have that Lucha Vavoom with like the bands and luchadors, like kooky characters. That
Sure.
would be fun to go
I don't understand what that is, but I listened to a podcast with one of the writers from it,
Yeah.
and so, but he's just like, yeah, Lucha Boom, and then he doesn't talk about it, so I don't know what it actually is.
It's like comedy and like goofy wrestlers as luchadors and different weird characters, and then music. I think all this, all part of the same show. And then finally, Tessa Blanchard. She just can't ever get out of the mess that she started. She's reportedly even. How does a running back fall start? Wow. She reportedly has not only bullied people and been racist, but now she's bullied people in her own home promotion, WOW, which are desperately trying to boost her up.
Yeah, she is like
She bullied even her own trainees at WOW, apparently. as
cool.
well.
Way to go, Tessa.
So, there you go, Tessa.
She's garbage, and Tully's kind of garbage too, isn't he?
We don't know if Tully's garbage or not, do we?
Didn't like Magnum TA more or less raise his kid?
Yeah, but I don't know. Lots of wrestlers are bad dads.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, Tessa just cannot ever get out of a mess, PR mess that she's in. All right, next Chosen One review is going to be me,
Oh,
right?
thank God.
It's me, right?
Yep.
Is it me?
I
Yeah,
have no
because
idea.
I just did
Squid Game?
the pilots, the astronauts,
Oh,
space
Space
pilots.
Cowboys.
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys. Give me
Space
Heels.
pilots.
Give me Heels episode 4.
All right.
Just gonna
All right.
slowly plod through Heels.
Yep.
Which I think is done at this point. Like I think it aired its
Yeah, I think it's
season finale or whatever. So
Which
Heels
is why I
episode
keep
4.
thinking, like, maybe I'll just throw in one in it. No, it's your deal.
Toss it in. Heels episode 4. We'll do that next week. We're gonna slowly finish out.
We'll get
in
there.
Heels.
another month. We'll be done with it.
Yeah, we'll get
No, good
No.
lord, even longer than
more
that.
than that.
What, 3 months?
Possibly by the end of the year.
Possibly by the end of the year, unless if Bill picks one up, we'll speed it up. But yeah,
No,
Heels.
I accidentally watched Batista a second time this weekend.
So no, so you already got that one in the can. So you're gonna just go with that, right?
We'll see, probably.
Batista, not Batista this week. Heels, episode 4, next week. All right, that's it. Goodbye. Peace out.
See ya.
Go Titans.
No.
See ya.